push-ups off the box. So what way to do them properly so that you get some core strength and upper body strength at the same time. So they're not getting any injuries, number one. And number two, you're going to get fast results because you're doing it properly with correct technique. So the first one is rather than doing a full push-up off the ground, when you start, you want to start with nice core alignment. So that means belt buckle up, glute squeezed, so that when you're doing the push-up, pushing the ground away, screw the hands into the ground, elbows come to the sides, and it's nice and rigid, and also that your hips aren't dropping, okay? So nice and rigid, belt buckle up, down and up, okay? So when you're doing it, nice and steady going down. So for example, to make it easier, and where you want to start is from a bit of a height. So take note, anywhere from just above knee height, hands on a box or on some kind of couch, push your feet into the ground, up on the balls of your feet, glutes squeezed hard as if the winning lottery ticket is in between them, screw your hands into the ground or the box, come down for 2 to 3 seconds, touch and push back up. Just make sure it's comfortable in the chest, touching the box at around nipple line. So that's the push-up. Is your reverse lunges. So a reverse lunge is simply 2 feet together, glute squeeze, belt buckle up, core engaged. You're going to sit back into that hip. So slide the foot back and sit back at the hip, touch the ground, weight goes into the hip and back up. Slide the foot back, shin quite straight, back up. 3 seconds down, touch the ground, sit into the hip, back nice and straight. Don't step back too much. Want to keep that hip tucked under and back up. So that's your reverse lunge. So you're doing one leg for 8 to 10 reps and then the other leg. The hollow hold is you're lying on the flat of your back on the ground. And what you want to remember is pushing your lower back into the ground when you're lying. So hips tucked under again and glutes squeezed, like so, okay? So lying on the flat of your back, starting position, beginner, is just simply knees in, feet together, knees together, and your shoulders are coming up off the ground, pushing all of your vertebrae, your lower back into the ground. So your chest is up and you're really crunching. In this position then, hands up over the head to make it a little bit harder. Make it harder again. You want to straighten those legs up, point the toes. And then as you get better, as the weeks go on, you want to be in this position. So start off in this position for the first week, doing the hollow hold. Then make it harder with the hands as the time increases. And then the legs. But you have to have that rib cage really pushed down hard. And even when you think you're doing it right, push that rib cage and pump that rib cage down into your core. It's a glute bridge with the knees dropped out. So essentially this is to get more glutes and to open up your hips a bit and to isolate the glutes rather than using the hamstrings over the glutes. So with this one, your normal glute bridge would look like so. Feet hip width apart, up, squeeze, back down. So core engaged. What I want you to do is your feet together, soles of the feet together, feet in as close as you can get them, that's comfortable. Pushing your heels together, ribs down, backs of the hands, up, pause for 2 seconds, back down. Up, squeeze for 2 seconds, back down. Up, squeeze 2 seconds, back down. Around 16 reps. Again, you're going to feel this really dig into your hips by pushing the knees out, isolating that joint itself. The core is engaged and you're doing 2 second pause at the top, doing it for 16 reps. You're going to get really good glute activation, and by driving the knees out, you're going to get more glute rather than have the legs straight and possibly getting hamstring over glute. Okay guys, the next one is a prone lying Superman. So this is really good for activating your thoracic, but also getting some coordination going and getting your head thinking as well by doing opposite sides. So when you're lying face down, what you want to think about is your thumbs up and you're alternating. So essentially as I'm lying down here, when I'm lying down on the ground, as I show you demonstrating, you're going to lift the leg straight, pushing out and reach up with the hand. Hold for 2 seconds, back down. And you're going to do it 10 times either side. So if I show you here, hands straight out in front, okay, head down, lift the left leg, right hand. Hold, hold, down. Hold, hold, higher with the hand, down. So if you think you're as high as you can, then lift up a little bit higher. So you're going to do 10 one side, then 10 the other side on the opposites. You should feel some thoracic engagement when you're reaching up the hand. And also you should feel the line going from here down, across, into your lower back, and into your glute as you do it. And you're going to do 10 either side of those Supermans. Great activation drill, really, really good for getting your posterior chain, which is your things like your back, your upper back, your lower back, and your glutes engaged and ready for your workout, and getting you moving in general.